And we're into the first game, which is a free-for-all. 8 players.
If you watched the previous StarCraft Twitch Rivals events, the game chat is like a key part. It's like a ninth player. You have to pay attention to what these guys say to each other.
That's the politics, man, because you know what? Everyone also knows everyone else's skill level, so everyone knows who to target.
And really the way that free-for-alls kind of play out, in a normal game of StarCraft, if it goes long, you expect to take a lot of bases. But that's kind of like the limiting factor. Even though this map is giant, there's really only so many bases that they can take. So someone is going to die early on. Someone is going to have to make a push if they want to get up to 3 bases and build a super army that can roll over everybody else. And I feel like the initiative is a really important thing to keep in mind. Is someone going to be able to get early damage done? Is someone going to try and rush some...
The thing is, in your victories in previous Twitch Rivals events, what was your primary strategy?
To build as many Battlecruisers as humanly possible.
So just gonna fill the screen.
The Cattle Bruiser army.
Yes.
So we already got someone with some Void Rays. Now this is like the noob tube ability here, is you just mass up a lot of Void Rays. This is like
if it's your first
FFA
game, if it's your
strategy.
first team game in StarCraft, people are massing Void Rays. It's something that's always going to come up. They do a lot of damage.
Just buzzing the tower, though.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm guessing that the Phoenix are Rotterdam, orange.
So he goes in for the harass. He has shield batteries at home, and those are just going to allow him to power up the shields. He can go back in, harass again, and it basically gives him a little bit more efficiency in terms of how often he can poke in for the attack. We do have Battlecruisers coming out from the blue Terran player in the Northeast. We have carriers and Tempests being made. So some of the players are rushing up to very expensive tech units very early on. They're not going to be able to afford a lot of these, though. As we pointed out, you're very limited in terms of the number of bases that you have. I think our Pink Zerg is one of the first players on 3 bases. So he'll have a little bit more money than some of the other players, which can help a lot.
Yeah, scouting is also pretty important in these FFAs because you want to know who's massing stuff up so that you can try and turn everyone against that
So
person.
this is interesting. Lowko going for Swarm Host. It's a harassment-based unit. It's not the most powerful, and the air units from Rotterdam are actually going to completely shut that down. So he's in trouble.
So
he's riding the struggle bus already.
Swarmos actually can't attack up, and unfortunately, those are all flying units.
All
so
up. Everything's up right
the
now.
up direction is quite important right now.
Yeah. Rotterdam's patented Protoss mech is he's doing, except it's basically just air units, which is basically just free-for-all. So he's going to use the Phoenix. He's going to pick up those units into the sky, and the Tempest can shoot them from half a screen away. That's kind of their thing.
Yeah, and when they're lifted up, they cannot do anything. They are basically, they're stunned for that entire duration.
This is real bad news for the Zerg, then.
Loco's riding the struggle bus right now. He's got a lot of Swarm Hosts. They're expensive, but they cannot actually do anything to him. And Wardy is like, Pig, I'm dying. Like, can you stop attacking me, maybe? Pig's like, oh, I'm sorry for killing you. My apologies, sir.
Yeah, that's another great FFA underrated strategy is just guilting your opponent. Be like, hey, come on. Whoa, party foul.
Yeah. It's like, dude, don't knock me out this early. Don't knock me. I don't have to sit here and wait for this.
Come on, we're all here to have fun.
Wardy's like, carriers are my natural. Someone want to come kill these? Help a brother out?
He's asking for help. There is already like geopolitical allies trying to be made here.
Oh man, so Wardy doing a good job trying to push back against these carriers and the Tempest, but it's
a very expensive army.
Yeah.
The thing with the carriers is they're still really strong, but recently interceptors, the little fighter pilots that they shoot out to fight with, those take forever to rebuild now. So you can't like lay siege as easily with them as you used to.
What unit is that glowing ball thing?
Oh, that's the Tempest. So that is just like a big range unit. It attacks really slow, but it fires from like a ridiculous distance.
It has
there we go.
That's how we do it.
So early in the game, anyone you see have a very large advantage to anybody else?
I think top left orange, the fact that he's been able to gradually kill off purple is pretty big because that means he can start taking those bases possibly soon. Again, it's like this is
not
game
enough
about economies.
It's not enough to just kill your opponents, but the faster you do it, then you can mine their resources. Because if Lowko mines out his bases and then dies, no one can take his money.
And in free-for-all, resources are quite a finite thing.
Yeah, because you're stuck. You're going to basically have these 3 bases. There's a couple of bases in the middle that everyone's fighting over right now. As you can see, there's a rich Vespine geyser, some rich mineral patches. But barring those, if you don't get one of those bases, you're going to be out of money in like a minute or two.
What free advice, guys. If anyone wants to take that, free consulting here.
Yeah. That's what I would do, and everyone would be very mad.
I mean, one of the best strategies in
So
1v1, you just kind of take your building and you float it to the corner and just hope that your opponent doesn't care enough to actually go kill it.
Just falls asleep in real life.
Sometimes they can't. I mean,
gets hungry.
Even in like the actual competitive circuit for Starcraft in the last year, we had plenty of draws that were caused in situations like that. So big battlecruiser fight coming in. They shoot their big cannons and then they teleport out. They did not all die. That's kind of their thing.
Holy particle effect, Batman.
Yeah. Yeah, and of course the mothership cloaks all of the friendly units near it, so all these units that look glazed now, they're technically invisible to the opponent.
Yeah, Wardy is kind of getting wrecked right now. That army is scary.
I think Wardy's going to be the first player to die here. I don't see what he can do.
It feels like this is pretty far into the game for to still have everybody up.
Yeah, I'm sort of surprised. Everyone sort of just had this like unanimous agreement that we'll only kind of lightly attack each other.
Yeah,
but
like
everyone's just
no
like,
rush.
yeah, we'll go to the late game.
It's like you're playing old school. You're like, no rush 20, all right, guys. And then, of course, there's always one dude who like, still cannon rushes or DT rushes, but then everybody else just kind of sits there the whole time.
It's like in Smash.
Well, the interesting thing is the Terrans and the Protoss have all gone for the big ships. Zerg is actually the best race at killing these big ships because Corruptors are really tanky, they're really fast, they deal a ton of damage. But you can't really win the game with just Corruptors. So the Zerg players at some point are going to become more of a spoiler role in these fights than the I'm going to just build my own death ball and roll over you. That's kind of why
like
Zerg
mercenaries, I will take out that army.
And as you can see here, the
finally.
Corruptors, boom, just snags 2 carriers just like that. Those units can't shoot down. They can defecate on buildings, which destroys them over time at a really high damage rate. But that's pretty much it. You know,
People were discussing how many frames they have. Frames.
yeah, there's a lot of units. There's a lot of units.
Whoa,
Oh, no.
this is a pretty big battle. The Battlecruisers
Oh, my goodness.
are weak to those Tempests. The Tempests demolish Battlecruisers.
But it looks like he teleported onto the. Okay, no, he didn't. He just kind of pushed in at the last second, teleports out.
I don't think he got a very good. I mean, the Protoss player got a way better trade,
right?
Yeah, Tempests are really good versus Battlecruisers. And the thing is, Tempest also recently got buffed to be quite a bit faster than them as well, so it's very hard to run away from them with Battlecruisers.
I know, I've seen your stream, Nate. I've seen your salts.
So they said, I think me and Beastie are dead now. That the tide has turned. People used to be scared of Beastie.
But he's still, you know, you gotta
here's-
keep the buildings just
Here's the
hanging
thing.
there.
As long as you just stay alive, people will forget about you, and they're like, yeah, but we already killed him.
Yeah, because now he's like, oh, I got to deal with Rotterdam, who's attacking me again, and that's where the strategy really hinges. Because what he's trying to do is, you know, even think about it. Wardy still has a building floating in the bottom right corner. We can see it. It's
The chat, I missed who they were ganging up on.
talking about Hui. He said Hui has 5 bases.
Yeah, so one
That's
of the
too
big
many.
things right now.
He's
is
got a lot of money.
everyone's mined out. Like, you run out of resources on this map, and I don't think anyone has anything besides the center bases.
And Rotterdam is trying to pit everyone against Livy, who has the most center control right now.
Yep. And the thing is, he's kind of running out of money now.
Wait,
He's stuck. He's mined out his bases, and he's trying to retreat. But there we see Livy gets a couple of the neural parasites in. The Cryptors are coming out. And Rotterdam is just going to bring that big golden armada
away,
out to
Livy.
fight.
Yeah.
One of the ways you can deal with that, the burrowed units especially, is he has oracles that can cast a spell that just puts bright, shiny lights on everything, because that's what Protoss does, and it lets you see those invisible units.
Well, the Battlecruiser is actually killing off all the Overlords, so funny enough, that is going to prevent Livy from making any more units that she loses. That's
This is
actually
a-
becoming a problem.
Yeah, Livy's in a lot of trouble because her army was dealing with Rotterdam, and now the...
Now Muslim is just rolling through.
Yep. So Battlecruisers are kind of a drive-by unit now. They're really slow. They deal tons of damage, but they can attack while moving. So you just send them wherever, and the moment that danger comes, you teleport back home and repair
Did
them.
Wardy actually get eliminated?
No, look at the very bottom, just to the left of Pig's
square
base.
there.
Just to the left of the yellow base, you can see
Oh, yeah.
the teal structure on the
Actually,
mini-map.
just scroll down just a little bit.
Yeah. Just scroll right, a little more,
A little
more,
more to the right.
a little more to the right.
There it is. Yeah, that's Wardy right there.
Until that
Zero
building's
supply.
destroyed, he's technically still in the game. So
And arguably, he's being protected by Pig.
Yeah, exactly.
theoretically, all of these players could kill each other, and then it could just be one player in Wardy, and he'd get second place. Very fitting for him.
He understands. He understands how this works.
Oh, no, Pig.
Oh,
That Australian internet.
well, when you are 20,000 million miles away from the server, sometimes you can run into.
This is how Pig is protecting him.
This
By not
got a lot of teeth.
Ooh, that's actually really unfortunate. Pig, right after he reconnects, is like, oh, actually, there's just Battlecruisers killing everything that I own
Pig
right
left.
now.
Right. Pig's
Now he
done.
disconnected.
Oh, he's done.
Oh,
Yeah, Pig
wow.
left the game.
Yeah. So.
First one out, Wardy survives.
Isn't this a waste of time then?
Well, I mean, you're gonna
posterity.
attack the units anyway. You gotta
Yeah,
clear it
that's
out. It'll mess with your AI if you don't.
That's true. The
Oh, and he found Wardy.
Oh, Wardy!
So Pig actually gets last place then because of that.
Oh
Wardy
my
now
God.
dies. So Wardy finishes 1 place ahead.
I'm not going to type F. I'm going to pretend.
Got a little replay here.
I'm pretending I'm not still in this game.
I'm going to pretend I'm not here.
He's about to see an arm.
I love that. So he says that, immediately jinxes himself.
Nope. Fucking out the Muslim.
Defeated by his fellow Brit.
Got him.
What a way to go. Now just like this neutral area where people are all mining from it.
He's using his workers to break down the enemy base. Nice.
And just to catch people back up, production, if we can get that player list again so people know exactly what's happening. We're down to 6. We lost Wardy and Pig.
Yep.
They're both out. 6 left in a free-for-all 8-player match.
Yeah.
Also,
Right now-
just a reminder that every single person that you're watching, every name you see on the screen next to that little Twitch logo, that's their stream name. So go check it out, twitch.tv/any of those, and you'll see them playing right now. They're going to be live all day.
The exception is Way. His name is Wayne379, W-A-Y-N-E. For some reason, it's not H-U-I, though that would be a sick Twitch handle.
What do you think
Twitch.tv/Way.
379 stands for?
I don't, maybe I was going to say birthday, but that doesn't make any sense.
What, Wayne?
Yeah, March 79th, you know.
Lowko tapping out. Another one falls.
Been defeated. Cheeky 31 attempt.
Okay, but this is
here
a
we
pretty
go
big
again.
fight right now. Livy B getting stormed. This is a lot of splash damage she's taking.
Yeah, some solid mind controls, but using the Side Storm to help defend was really nice. The Broodlords get onto some of the High Templar.
Looks like he just turned on the lights and there's just a bunch of scuttling bugs away. Just like, get behind the fridge.
Get the zapper.
That's how Shield does.
War is hell, man. You got to use what you can.
Yeah, look at this. So Zerg can move their static defense, their turrets, and she's going to reposition everything a little bit more close to the chest so that she can just assume the turtle formation. She's like, all right, I'm done fighting for resources. I've got the army that I think I can win this game with, and she is going to just chill.
What's this action? Yeah, there. What's happening in the middle here? Something got destroyed. Like maybe Beastie was trying to move out a little bit and
Something
Rotterdam
exploded.
shut the door on him.
Yeah.
It looks like right now Way is he's the agitator here. He's the one who's going to actually make something happen because everyone else is just happy to sit back in their own bases.
Yep. And the thing is, he might even still wait a little bit longer just because he wants to get the last bit of resources that are here. And now, so this is Lowko's old base. You can blow that up. I don't think there's any resources left there that can be gathered. Maybe a little bit of gas, but that's not what anybody needs at this point. So those last bit of minerals that are going to be so nice. The Observer is trying to come out here and just see if he can get an angle on this army, but it's so hard to engage because a lot of the forces that you have, but for Zerg and Protoss especially, it's so hard to engage with big air armies. Like the way that these armies are designed for the late game. In a real game, you're constantly taking bases and spreading yourself out, which is what kind of counterbalances this since the armies are slower. But because there's no more money,
They are child.
you're just holding on for dear
Way
life.
is the referee, man.
I think Way is going to.
He is the man making.
He's the only
he's the
guy that's got
catalyst.
any more money coming in, and that money's about to run dry too.
They should just all meet in the middle.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that. I don't know if there's a contingency plan for that. Welcome to the garden, Kevin.
He was talking about Olive Garden. That bleep was breadsticks.
Yeah. Well, you know, if you're at the base, the map is out of resources, but there's still unlimited breadsticks, which thank God for that.
It's never gonna. Those are the only.
Those
unlimited
don't end.
resources.
Those are like the purple crystals, you know?
Way keeps knocking on the door of Livy B, but just not taking a step inside. Roddy, like, actually trying to talk to the admins here.
You know, you should be the change that you want to see in the world.
That's what I'm saying, man. If you actually
Push it.
just go for it.
Push it to the limit, man.
Mates.
You got a nice big army, move it.
So, they're saying, listen, this isn't going anywhere, which, hey, there has been a little bit of a lull, but the fact that there are no more resources
There we
left
go.
means that you're eventually just going to whittle people down.
Yeah, and it looks like, I mean, honestly, it's just weird, because if you leave your base now, too, with the armies everyone has, they could easily destroy your base by the time you try to get home. There's the nuke being called down. We can see that giant target, and Ghost is super dead.
If the Ghost dies,
that's
the
why-
nuke gets canceled.
Man, if only the real world was like that. We could have peace and stuff.
The Muslims like, I tried, all right, we're done.
There's just one guy somewhere with a laser pointer. Get him!
Go we fight. Destroy things.
Workers can kill those.
Keep fighting. No, keep going forward. Go fight.
Punch, kick, hurt.
Go.
Yeah, what is the opposite of a referee who encourages fighting? You got a green card. Keep
We
hitting
need
each
an
other.
instigator.
Go. Yes. Continue.
We just need a proper douchebag to make everyone angry and want to fight.
Well,
Some- Like the soccer field, it just keeps throwing banana peels out, being like, hurt yourself.
all right. There we go. Roddy coming in the back.
And it would be great if there was like some sort of extra function where an admin could just pretend to be one of the players and start typing and start shit talking. It was like, hey, man.
Just stirring stuff up.
Yeah, man.
That's an idea for a mod. Just have it have a bot that just says pre-canned antagonizing lines from a random player.
Every 10th message actually appears as someone else's.
That's what we should use AI
Ben,
for.
fight.
Not curing disease, but automating BM.
Whoa, okay, we are actually finally seeing a
Wow.
break.
Go.
6 storms on that
Oh
army.
my
up
God.
top.
Oh,
Jeez
Rotterdam is
Louise.
getting wrecked there.
Yeah. And
He's like, see,
remember,
this is why I didn't leave my house.
Rotterdam cannot repair. He cannot rebuild
and
interceptors.
they're gone.
Said I'm going.
I'm out.
The Muslims going?
He's like, peace. He's like, I'm getting backstabbed. BeastyQT.
Did BeastyQT move into attack?
Oh,
no. BeastyQT
wait,
in the center.
is Hui tapping out? Hui says
He doesn't seem
"Beastie,
too
I
happy
died."
about that.
Did he kill him? Oh,
At least
because
an emoticon.
Beastie showed up. Because Beastie showed up.
Ah.
Beastie still has a terrifying army. So many Tempest.
BC going for the long con. Is there any player that right now looks like they have the clear advantage to win?
I like Beastie's army. I think that Livy B, based on the current trajectory of the game, is looking better and better as time goes by because the other players are starting to kill each other now. I think he probably will be able to here. There's a lot of Void Rays.
Yeah.
And he's just going to be able to get rid of them. Yeah, the Muslim's like,
Look at that.
I got most of him,
Gone.
Kevin. It's time to move in for the final push.
This is costly for Rotterdam. but he
Muslim
will
saying
get
he's
it.
coming in.
And the Void Rays as well, doing
Here come the
insane
Battlecruisers.
damage to those Tempests, going to absolutely rip them to pieces. The BC's coming
there
in,
you
though.
go.
Actually going to start to kill Rotterdam's Void Rays. So he's going for the third party. A lot of the Tempests are still alive. I think if you're Muslim, you do want to wait for Rotterdam to kill the Tempest. It's the one thing Battlecruisers cannot really deal with in this game.
It doesn't mean he can't cause some mayhem in the
No,
meantime.
big carousel of death here.
Oh, is he trying to pinch? He's trying to pinch. He teleported some of the BCs behind. Is that what's just happening here?
Where
I wasn't sure.
Where do they teleport?
Yeah, he teleported to
it.
flank
Out of
him.
nowhere.
Now he's got the Void Rays to deal with.
Ganging up on him.
Now, the Battlecruisers can deal much more effectively with this army. I think if the Muslim wants to, he could kill Rotterdam right now. But it appears they've made a peace treaty
Yeah,
to
they
team
made
up
an
and defeat
alliance.
Hui first.
Hui already said he died.
So we can see
This is from
BeastyQT's
BC's
perspective. And he's like, oh.
Did Hui actually tap out, though? I don't think he did.
Head shake to forehead scratch. Never a good move.
No.
That is the universal sign of defeat.
Just sour boot that, man. He was defeated.
All right.
Sour boot?
Oh, and there goes Beastie.
I've never been to that website.
Down to 4.
Dun, dun, dun.
And here's
Rotterdam.
Livy doesn't notice the nuke. Oh my God, our entire army could actually get killed here.
Does she have detection? The Battlecruisers get your models. And
Oh, just the overlords. Wow.
I mean, as far as nuclear
it didn't hit
weapons
the
go,
army. He's
didn't
trying
hit
to
the
poke.
army.
Like, he's got the Tempest here, but it's really scary because the moment that he gets caught, he's super dead and the game is over for him. He actually, well, I guess he has recall.
All right.
It is
more
Hui and also the Muslim both pinching on Livy B.
So the Battlecruiser, if it gets caught by one of those spells, it cannot teleport. So what he's doing is it looks like he's kind of sending one Battlecruiser in at a time to use the cannon and then teleport back if necessary, so that at worst he loses one, and at best he doesn't. You know, obviously he doesn't lose anything, but he's not risking as much. And Livy B's like, the Muslim has a lot. She has enough infestors to mind control every unit he has.
What I also just want to note is that I believe since Livy B is in Australia, I'm pretty sure it's really late right now. Pretty sure eventually she's going to get really tired.
Just gonna be like, I gotta go to bed.
Yeah, Australians lie way. Don't believe her.
You know what's the worst part of being mind controlled is that, like, say you win and you have to go live with the Zerg, then you have to, like, sleep in their goo and be like,
Yeah.
what's for dinner again?
You never get to walk on a clean floor ever again.
I like
either.
that that's the worst part. Not that you don't have control of any of your own actions.
It's like, all
Yeah,
right.
not the part where a parasite has literally turned your brain into.
Yeah, there's a
mush.
spine, there's a neural line attached to your spine controlling you, but no goo.
There's like
Crappy
bug
Nickelodeon's
rule
the
again
worst
for
problem.
dinner. Great. No, I love this. Thank you.
Slop.
Corruptor juice.
Go! Do it! Go!
32 flavors.
Yeah, we got one.
Free creep tumor.
Got one there. That was a good
Thank
start.
the Lord.
Good step.
I was worried
Get
about
that.
that.
Those
Those
the
things
hit
cost
marker
absolutely
sound.
nothing.
Maybe an air horn for that.
We're loading up our fun soundboard. Every time someone kills something, we're just gonna drop like some
Kills a creep tumor.
Hanna-Barbera.
Neither
point
of them
noises.
believe. So he's gonna go show these tempests, right, just to try and convince the Muslim he's actually helping.
But he's still just killing off things that cost nothing.
I love that. He's like, please scan so that you can see that I'm trying to help. Oh, there we go.
Gets a real parasite.
You're eating slop for the rest of your life now.
I still love that Livy B, she types in the chat like an old detective. He's lying, see? I like to imagine that's how she meant that.
End every sentence with C.
See?
See?
But see, the Muslim strategy is working now. Hui is being worn down. And at some point, he could just push to her, push to him.
He keeps saying I die. Not yet. Liar. Thank you to Muslim.
Nobody trusting anybody.
He's quite literally playing possum. He's like, I'm dead.
Muslim is pushing into Hui's base, starting to destroy some of his buildings.
Oh, there's only one pylon powering all of those things, so that is going to depower everything.
That's really nice. Protoss relies on those pylons for the shield batteries to work, which helps.
You're
He's
doing
like,
it clear.
I cleared the way.
Go ahead, do your part of the job.
Look at, and then it's like you cut to Livy B plays like the womp womp womp. She's just sitting there.
He's
He's
like,
like,
I don't
Cuts to
trust
her.
you.
She's like-
playing Peggle.
she's got like marbles running on stream while she's playing this, just like, yep,
Playing
just waiting for the
solitaire.
Muslim to die.
Who keeps that
And he's
battlefield
out.
alive?
The Muslim's sitting here like, why did I try to make an alliance with this cheeky Australian? Controls well. But his army will probably never be able to beat the Tempest, just because if he tries to teleport on the Tempest, the way that the Battlecruiser teleport works, if you teleport onto them, Tempest moves so fast they can get away before the Battlecruisers can actually shoot. And because the Tempests are stacked like that, you can't really click on them individually to kill them either.
Actually, this is a weird Pokemon triangle thing where it's like each one of them beats another one.
Yep. Hui beats the Muslim beats Livy, Livy beats Hui.
Can we go to Livy?
Hui's army is still ginormous. He was hiding half that stuff during the previous fight.
Yeah, all the ground army was just
Hui's
sitting
like,
back at home.
I have 8 Tempests, nothing else. Still has the Mothership, High Templar, and Archons. Like, oh,
Hey,
goodness.
look at that. Livy moved.
There we go.
Position. She's
the move.
moving
On the
out.
move.
She's moving out.
Maybe trying to
call
catch
Billy
some
Joel.
people on a rotation they don't realize.
Yeah, I'm moving out.
The Tempests
Oh,
are
we got
here.
a
Oh,
Tempest,
gets a
though.
shot on the Brood Lords.
Oh, just a poke. Who would have imagined
There's
that?
still a lot of the static defense there is part of the problem. There's so many
Yeah.
photon cannons and shield batteries. To clear up some of the setup.
Well, I think he's trying to actually hit from the bottom right-hand side.
Oh,
of
they're
Hui's
gonna try to
base.
pinch.
Yeah, they're actually they're trying to team up for long last.
Again, just you know what Livy's gonna do is send all the infestors, mind control all the BCs, and teleport them into the Tempest.
Yeah.
Top 10 anime
they come.
betrayals.
I like how
They
this is.
come.
Yo, this is a huge
Come
opportunity
on.
right now.
Go for it.
Hui cannot move that far to the west. I was gonna say, Demuslim had his shot right
And she's
there.
just sitting there.
I was like, go.
It's like, go, 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 go,
Go!
go. Let's get it. Get her done.
That was Larry the cable analyst here. Telling everyone to get her done.
Get her done. Finish it up. Let it go.
Okay, wait.
Come on.
Oh, there we
That's
go.
a
Some
pinch.
mind controls coming in. Grabs a couple of the Tempest. Bring him
Oh.
back now.
There's no space for Hui to actually retreat anymore.
Now that's it. He's completely pinched at long last. His Tempest turned against him. And 2 of them will be picked off. As those Tempests die, the Battlecruisers become increasingly difficult to
Did the
deal with.
Battlecruisers warp? I think they did.
Yep. Took a couple shots. He said he killed all the Archons. So used Yamato on the Archons, which means the only attacking unit left now is just the Tempest for Hui. That's all he's got. An infested Terran bomb should be able to clean a lot of this up, but there's still a lot of buildings left on the southwest side, too. I don't know what he's really got inside of the main base.
He was just willing to end the game.
I feel like right now it's actually down to which player Hui decides to finally sacrifice his Tempest onto. Because he's
The Muslim's finally making a move.
Oh, wow.
I think in this position he could actually get neural parasited.
Oh man, so we gave them a 10-minute warning 9 minutes and 30 seconds ago. The game is going to end in 30 seconds.
All right, well,
So
there
it is
we go.
go
Muslim's going to
time.
push in. Neural parasites are coming in on the Battlecruisers. Did get a couple of EMPs on the other infestors. The rest of them are going to get mind controlled. The Tempests are still alive on the southeast side. The Muslims' army begins to kill itself now.
yeah, doing a lot of damage. Livy B's most of her army
About
is
15
pretty
or
much
10
gone
seconds
now.
left. This is it. Oh, man.
Being
It's all
forced
about
to
doing the most
finally
damage
fight.
you can.
I think the Battlecruisers.
5.
I think the Tempest should be able to do it, right? Because the
think the
Infestors
Tempest
are at.
win
That
this.
should be
Infestors are at
it.
energy.
Any
Battlecruisers
second
have
now.
nothing left.
That's going to be it.
Are there even infestors alive anymore?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
I think the goal was to get these guys to fight so that they would GG out. But now they're like, we didn't technically leave the game.
Oh, I still have a Battlecruiser.
Did we just pull a fast one on him?
There are a couple of infestors still left over.
Are we the fibbers, Alex?
Are we
We're
the
the
Fibbers now?
instigators.
We were the instigators.
That was a fast one.
I pulled a sneaky on
I think it's over.
Wow. I hate that I was part of that lie we told to everyone. I'm a man of truth and honor, but I'm so glad something happened.
Oh, I think Hui's actually killing all of Livy's stuff now.
It's a 3-way tie. So that's what they want.
You don't get more money
That
for
means
that.
you all get
Kill
third.
each other.
Nobody gets first.
Yeah, we saved some money. It's all good.
They all get third place prize, easy.
Are they trying to bait each other into being the first one to leave?
Now, yeah, this is some
Well,
Bugs Bunny
technically,
stuff. Rabbit season, duck season.
Let's say Livy's super dead, and I think Hui should be able to beat the Muslim with what he has left.
Well, so Livy's leading the lets everyone leave at the same time? She's leading that charge?
She's like, everyone leave the game.
Hey, what if everyone
I guess
went?
Hoy doesn't actually know how many
But what
infestors
if
are
the
left.
admin did not actually say to leave, and she's just like, just leave, and then it's like, well, according to the game, Livy.
You lost.
Ah.
This is some 300 IQ. She's like, guys, the admin said it's time to leave the game.
Yeah.
Some real universe.
Trust me,
brain
I
working
asked.
here.
We have fake observers leaving the game just to try and convince them that the game's over.
Well, Livy B has no units left, right? Does she have like 2 burrowed infestors?
She does have a couple of those spines and spores, but yeah, those will get picked off by either the Muslim or Hoy.
Yeah.
We should just change everything around so third
Right, the
place
Muslim
gets...
left the game, so he fell for Livy B's base.
There we
Now,
go. GGA.
There we go.
Hoy takes first
Is
place.
that it?
We did it.
Is that it? Hey!
Oh,
survived.
man. What does daylight look like?
Oh.